You're just yapping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this is week four record predictions for the Money League. We're going to go ahead and dive right in with the Sunday night matchup playing in the background. Rams at Detroit. What's our first matchup for week four, Dan?
So it's Dan versus Sway.
Ooh, sounds like a goodie. Let's see if it's game of the week material.
So it's an interesting matchup. So you have Jalen Hurts going back to Tampa Bay,
Oh, that's a revenge game. We're smacking them.
and then Josh Allen going to Baltimore.
That's a tough matchup. It is prime time, though, but that is a tough matchup.
hmm
hmm
Uh, and then you have Kyron and Brian Robinson versus Brees Hall and Aaron Jones.
Let me think. Kyron and Brian Robinson, Brees Hall and Aaron Jones. Brees Hall versus Denver. That's not the team
That
he's tore
should
his
be.
ACL on, is it?
I don't even
Is that the
remember.
team? I know he got loose against them boys, Denver. They're like Brees Lightning. I think he tore his ACL
Uh,
against Denver. I could be wrong.
oh, that's crazy.
That's interesting. I like Brees there a lot. I gotta
Yeah,
go. I gotta go Sway with the edge. So I think it
yeah.
bounces up the quarterback edge I got for Hurts.
And
AJ
then we
Brown.
have
Yep.
AJ Brown versus Olave.
Gotta go AJ.
I agree. And then we have Rasheed Rice and Neighbors versus Cooper and Godwin.
I actually gotta go Rasheed Rice and Neighbors.
I
And
do too. I
I
like the
like Cooper and
matchups better
Godwin
as well.
too. Yeah. And Neighbors against Dallas on Thursday night. Do we see a Odell, a Ricky White out New York just walling out over there? Do we see it? I mean, hey, never know.
I hope so.
McBride at Washington, and then Laporta, Seattle. Well, no, McBride's home. So McBride
hmm
versus Washington. Uh, the Laporta one's a primetime game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love me some McBride. I almost want to say McBride, or just call it. I'm just gonna call it either. I'm just gonna call it either.
Yeah, I agree. And
uh,
then Watson versus Addison.
yeah, and they do play each other. So it's Green Bay versus the Vikings, and the Vikings versus Green Bay. I like Watson there because the quarterback play. Uh,
Uh,
and then we got Seattle at Detroit. Your other defense is Atlanta at New Orleans. Atlanta at New Orleans could be okay. He has KC versus the Chargers, which is solid. Uh, I'm gonna go you here.
I
What do you
think the
have there?
Eagles stack pushes me over.
Eagle stack. So Sway takes his first L, first of many.
Whatever. Whatever.
Next matchup,
Okay, the next matchup we got is Kev versus Dom.
we have Burrow at Carolina.
Against Caleb at home against
You
the
can also
Rams.
go Jaden Daniels versus Arizona at Kev wanted to.
Yeah.
But either way, he should quarterback diff, in my opinion. I know Montana's gonna hate watching this video. Like, man, they're not respecting Caleb. But I mean,
And
eh.
then you got James Cook and Kenneth Walker versus Gibbs and Montgomery.
And they're playing Seattle, which isn't an easy matchup.
hmm
I like Walker at Detroit though.
Yeah, I think
Cook,
Cook has a tough matchup too.
yeah. Uh, I'm gonna call
I would say
that
it's more.
what up?
I would say it's even for me.
I happen to give a slight edge to Kev. But either way,
Mm,
it's a slight edge, either quarterback or running back wise. Kev should have a
yeah,
slight advantage. We got Jefferson at Green Bay versus Puka at Chicago. I'm going Jefferson.
Jefferson should clear that.
Harrison at Washington versus Debo at New England. I'm
I
going
got
Harrison.
Marv.
Yeah, so Kev still got the advantage. Now, Devontae Smith killed Tampa Bay last year.
Yeah, but
So let
without
me see.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, I have to say the playoff game is why AJ Brown in the regular game. That was when AJ Brown. You remember AJ Brown started crying, so that was the first
Yeah.
time that AJ Brown got fed, and we went on that historic run of 6 straight games at 125 plus yards, whatever. Uh, that was
I
when the
think
game
there's a
started.
chance they
So
both have good games.
yeah, I agree. Uh, Definitely better than Thielen. The tight end diff.
Andrews kills Goddard.
Eh, you know, stop slandering my boy Dallas Goddard. Uh, Raheem Mostert.
And Najee.
Yeah,
I think that's even.
I agree. Uh, Kev will get Jonathan Brooks back in week 5. We hope, right?
Yeah.
So last week, I think it's a better flex. Minnesota at Green Bay. New York Jets at Denver. Well, not at Denver, but versus Denver. The Jets should kill Denver, in
The
my
Jets
opinion.
should.
Uh,
I think this is a close matchup,
I do.
but I give it to Kev.
Hmm. I'm agree. That is a close one indeed. I really just don't like Dom's team. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really just don't like it.
It is. A lot of these dudes are losing points based off the way they structured their team.
Yeah. Next matchup.
Montana versus Benham. So for Montana, you got Lamar. Benham, you got Deshaun.
Gotta go Lamar. Lamar against
Yep.
Buffalo is tough, but Lamar feel like he be snapping sometimes on prime time.
Yeah,
Uh,
and he is at home.
yeah. And then we got Watson at Vegas, which isn't horrible by me. Gotta go Lamar there. Uh, Bijan and Swift versus Pacheco and Warren. Uh, I think
I
that's
got
closer.
Montana's.
Yeah, I do agree. But I think that's actually close. I don't think that's like a kill. That makes
Hmm.
sense. Because Pacheco versus Chargers just seemed like a cakewalk. I'm not sure. Let's see how I did last year. He had 16 points against the Chargers, and he didn't play in Week 18 versus them boys. But I remember Kelsey had like 3 TDs against them boys last year. They just
Yeah.
pub stomping the Chargers. Maybe it'd be different with Harbaugh over there, but we'll see. Wideout wise, Garrett Wilson at Denver. Ooh, Wilson versus Sertan sounds fire, does it not?
It does.
And then London versus Lattimore. Let's see how London did against the Saints last year.
Oh God, I
Eight
don't even
point
think
one.
you can do that
Is
for
it
either
is
of
it
these
fair
guys.
to do it? 14.1. All
I
right,
don't
yeah,
think
that's
for
fair.
either of these guys.
That's fair. That's fair.
They should be way dominant, way more dominant than they were last year.
All right, DJ Moore.
Um, Garrett Wilson did play Denver as well last year, by the
He
way.
did. Interesting. Let's see what he did there. I'm just curious. 8.4. Yeah, it's wicked out here. All right, DJ Moore versus Ayuk, and then Waddle
I
versus
got
Higgins.
BJ.
I think all this is close. I think these
It
wideouts are
is.
close. I would give the slight edge to Benham though. Would you agree? Slight edge, or well, you got it. I could almost say slight edge in each one. I'm talking about maybe just 1 to 2 points, but I would probably say slight
Yeah,
edge for each wideout by like 1 to 2 points. So let's just say 5 points total
yeah.
there. Tight end, we got Evan Ingram at Houston versus Kyle Pitts at New Orleans.
Ingram's the guy.
I agree. And just so you guys know, I don't think we set the other wideout. We said DJ Moore versus Ayuk. It was Waddle versus T. Higgins. And then Waddle plays Tennessee on Monday night, primetime game, and then Higgins plays Carolina. So we get the slight advantage to Waddle. Uh, then we got Pickens versus Coleman in the flex. We also got Zach Moss as an option. JSN, I really like against Detroit Monday night. JSN, let's have
Yeah,
your coming out party here. Tell Tyler Lockett to sit his old ass on the bench. Don't come back up. It's go time. I didn't know Benham picked up Dalvin Cook. He got Dalvin Cook and Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting options there. Uh, we'll have to see. All right, I have my decision. Dan, do you have yours?
I do.
The defenses, just so everybody knows, Chicago and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plays Indy. Chicago plays the Rams. I'm going with Bedham here.
I got Montana.
Our first one we disagree on. Okay, so Bedham. Let's see. So week 4. This is gonna be tough to annotate. That makes sense. Let me see.
No,
So Bedham. You said you got Montana, right?
I do.
So you give Bedham the L. I'm giving Montana the W. So let's go week 4.
Wait, what?
Oh, my bad. My bad. I got the other way around. Don't worry. My notes are correct, though. So, week 4, 4, I say, I might have just put this later. I don't know. This is tough to do. All right. Next matchup.
Next matchup is Jake versus you.
All right.
Okay, so we have Jordan Love versus Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love has Minnesota at home. Kyler Murray has Washington at home. I got Kyler there. Slight
Mm.
edge.
All right.
Then we got McCaffrey at home against New England. Connor at home at Washington versus Joe Mixon and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has Buffalo. Mixon has Jacksonville.
I got to go me. That's a close one, though.
I got. I know. I got you in a kill, low key.
And a kill. Wow.
Because with McCaffrey, are you projecting him for 20 points a game, basically, right?
Yeah.
Lowest mark.
Yeah. And then
And then I think
Connor,
Washington is a
15.
cupcake matchup for the Arizona Cardinals.
That is fair. Where the other two are probably just 15 projections for Mixon and Henry.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. St. Brown
Sam
at
Brown and
Seattle.
Nico.
Well, versus Seattle. Seattle got to go to
Mm-hmm.
Detroit for it. Nico, Jacksonville. Got to go St. Brown, though. Got to. Mike Evans at Philly. Well, versus Philly. I forgot that revenge game.
Yeah.
It's in Tampa Bay. And then Keenan Allen at the Rams. I got to go. That's tough because Keenan Allen is coming back home, going back to LA. He's used to playing in that SoFi Stadium, whatever.
Yeah, but it's the Rams.
But
That's nasty.
yeah, it's not a revenge game or anything. But I got to go Mike Evans.
To me personally, I have you, and I think Nico and Amon Ra are closer.
Mm. Diggs over Deontay.
Yeah.
What about the tight ends? Kincaid at Baltimore. Kittle at versus New England.
I think it's a wash,
Hmm.
but they both have down weeks.
All right. And then you didn't even go to the flex though, Dan. The flex murder. You think I could ball out here? I got Chase Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers. I think I got so many flexes. I could figure out something here by week 4 and play the best
Yeah,
one.
but Rashad White against Philly had a tough game against y'all. I think both games.
Yeah,
But either way, I have to give Rashad the edge as a player.
yeah.
Um, but other than that, I liked every one of your other positions, so I got you.
That Dallas defense versus the Giants. I think you might underestimate that Dallas defense. That might be in week
They
1. They
scoring
played them
35 again.
35. Yeah, 35 again. Like you're not winning that, bro. Daniel Jones, don't let them boys get 35 again. Oh my. All right, so I'm getting myself the dub as well. I can't lose back to back to Jake. Got to go get my revenge. All right, who's next?
Trey versus Chris.
All right.
So you got Stroud versus Tua.
Mhm.
Tua gets Tennessee. Stroud gets Jacksonville. I got Stroud. Then you have
Mm.
Achan and Stevenson versus Jacobs and Javante Williams. I got Ramondre and Javante both have tough matchups. Um, but I got Achan probably having one of those breakout games
Yeah, it's
against
tough for me
Tennessee.
to pick against Chris here because we were talking about the Dolphins stack and all that nonsense. Like you went with
Yeah,
Stroud over Jacksonville. I don't know. I think this could be a Miami flood
it could be.
on Monday night. I think they played them last year and it was a flood. I'm pretty sure. Tua only
Yeah.
had 9 points. Let's look. Is that the game Tyreek Hill got hurt? It is. Oh, I do remember that game then. Yeah, Tyree. It was a primetime game last year, and Tyreek Hill got hurt, and he ended up
So
missing
then
the
it was a
week
close
after.
game because what didn't Will Levis come back?
I have no idea really. I didn't care too much about it once Tyreek went down. 'Cause I was pissed.
Hmm.
Cause we're like, oh my goodness, I was hurt. Okay, he projected for like 25 points. And then that Joker, like, he tried to do too much instead of just going down. Tried to reverse field, and
Yeah.
then got almost like hip drop tackle and sprained his ankle or something. But I'm gonna go Chris. I know it's a tough get because I'm looking at some of these other matchups. The Kelsey versus Komet. Am I looking at the right lineup? I am. Kelsey versus Komet sounds like a problem, right?
Yeah.
But
At this by this point, you have to hope that he has a solution for that.
yeah.
Um. But yeah, I have Chris winning this.
And then like he should know about his flex plays. He got two safe plays I think in Reed and Kirk. But like
Uh.
I think Worthy or Brown, one of them should be a solid option for Mahomes as a flex.
Yeah.
Since he double dipped there, I thought that was kind of smart.
And by this time, you might have Hollywood back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with Brown. Worthy
Mm.
or Brown. So either one of those boys should be okay. I'm gonna go Chris here. So Chris Trey takes the L, right? So that's on
Yeah.
4 for Trey. So what? There's one more matchup. We didn't say a game of the
Yeah.
week yet. Was it uh you versus
It probably is just
Sway?
based off the implications of the matchup.
You versus Sway game of the week.
Yeah.
All right, and then what's the last matchup?
Tyleek versus Mike.
All right, let's see. Before I put that in the game of the week, let's see what we got here. Tyreek and Mike. Herbert
So
at
Mahomes
KC.
versus Herbert in a direct
Yeah.
matchup.
Yep.
They are playing each other.
Mhm.
I got Mahomes though.
I do agree.
JT and Barkley versus ETN and Kamara. I got JT and Barkley, even though both are tough matchups for them in my opinion.
You think Tampa Bay's tough? No, I think it's alright. I
I
definitely
think
think
they
Pitt's
still got a
tough.
good defense.
Yeah. We got DK versus Chase.
Chase should clear that easily.
Yeah. We got Pittman versus
Yes.
Tank Dell.
Um,
That's an interesting one because we said it's a tough matchup. They're both
yeah,
gonna be watching that game heavy. One's room for JT,
yeah.
the other one room for Pittman. Uh, I'm gonna go JT there. I think AR could probably struggle against Pitt more than that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say. Uh, so I'm gonna
he's
go
got
Tank Dell with the
McConkey
advantage. Ooh, so Herbert's throwing to
against
McConkey.
Tyleek Herbert.
Yeah, that's nice. And then Njoku versus Ferguson. I like Ferguson on primetime game versus the Giants. Pub stomping Dak. Like, he's gonna show up primetime game. He's contract year. Dak finna wall out against the Bums. You know he's gonna wall out this year against the Bums. Then you got San Fran versus New England. Tyreek got Cleveland versus the Raiders. That's valid. And then we got McLaurin and Zamir White as the flex options. Ooh, no, yo. Look at Tyreek's backup quarterback.
Dak.
Yeah, he should play Dak instead of Herbert.
Yeah.
Mm. It still
Either
be
way,
the
though, I
same
do like
thing.
Mike's
Yeah,
team better.
yeah, I agree. I was gonna say it still be the same thing. Gotta hope Ferguson gets no TDs, but I'm gonna go Mike with the dub there. All right, so that's that one. Game of the week we got Dan versus Sway. All right, what's week 5?
Montana versus Bane. Oh no,
Is a murder.
this can't
The
be.
bye weeks are coming in now. Is it
Yeah.
bye weeks?
Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are on bye weeks.
Oh, this man's in shambles. No backup quarterback right away. He will
So
have
you
to
got to
string
stream a
somebody.
quarterback.
He got to slide Watson up to the wide receiver 3, and then he got to play Cortland Sutton. Chuba might
Mm-hmm.
not be the play at the flex. Ty Chandler in London. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm just
Not.
about to go Montana just based off these buys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go Montana and get
Atlanta
this
doesn't
one
have a
over.
tough enough matchup in Tampa Bay to.
Yeah.
That's tough.
All
So
right.
Montana's fighting back in our division.
Yeah. 2-game win streak for Montana. He's turning it around. All right. Next one.
We got Kevin Bidham.
All right.
So we got Burrow versus Watson. Burrow plays us. He usually kills us.
I think Kev should play Anthony Richardson at Jacksonville.
Mm. I would play Burrow.
No, my. You gotta believe in your defense, then. All right.
But
Running
either way,
backs.
Cat has the difference.
Yeah.
Cook and Walker versus Pacheco and Warren. I don't like Pacheco and Warren's matchups at all.
I don't either. Pacheco got the Saints on Monday night. Warren
And
has
Warren
the Cowboys
out.
on Sunday night.
And then we got James Cook against Houston and Kenneth Walker against the Giants.
Yeah, gotta give him a strong edge at running back and quarterback.
Hmm.
Now we got wideout. Now this is interesting. We got a Sunday London game.
Yeah.
Jefferson versus the Garrett Wilson. So Vikings will play the Jets. So Jefferson got to go up against DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. Garrett Wilson got to go up against Bums. All right,
Yeah.
so I think Garrett Wilson and plus Aaron Rodgers will be continuing the ownership he has over the Vikings.
Dang.
You know, it's routine at this point. The Bears, Vikings, Lions, they all get the beats. Got to go Garrett Wilson there.
I agree.
Uh,
Montana.
Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore. Marv versus
Um,
San Fran, DJ Moore versus Carolina in a
I like
revenge game.
DJ Moore to smash.
I like that a lot. Revenge game against Carolina. Go Cook, DJ. Now we have Adam Thielen at Chicago versus Jalen Waddle at New England. Uh,
I got Waddle still.
I do have Waddle. How did Waddle do last year against New England?
I don't know. It's tough to gauge Waddle from last year because he got hurt almost every game.
Yeah, it was wicked. He had a 25-point game and a 12.4-point game. But that
Uh,
12.4-point game, he missed the week after, so he probably got hurt in that game. That makes sense, and then missed
yeah.
next week. So, I mean, 25 and a 12.4, you don't play the whole game. It's kind of nice. That's Waddle, though. Kev doesn't have a tight end. He should
They're
begin
both on
Jonathan
bye.
Brooks. Both his tight ends? Wow, Chiggy. So you got to go stream a tight end. He got Minnesota's defense against the Jets, but they're going to get lit up. Kev is such a homer. He should drop the Minnesota defense right now. But by
Yeah.
now, week 5, they should be dropped. I wouldn't be surprised if this man's still playing them bums. Uh,
Yeah.
I like Chicago's defense against Carolina a whole lot more than that. I like JSN against the Giants. I like Rashid Shaheed against KC. I like even George Pickens against Dallas, perhaps on prime time.
Hmm.
I got to go bid him here.
I
What do
got
you
Bidham
have?
as well.
All right. It's tough because Kev normally wins the wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 with Jefferson and Harrison, but those are tough
Yeah.
matchups. So him losing that really does hurt him. Uh, so Kev takes the nail. Bidum gets a W. All right, who's next?
Dom versus
Oh,
Sway.
Dom Menta.
The battle of the headbangers.
No, no. My Dom gotta be the headbanger, yeah.
Look at Dom already setting his lineup through week 5.
Oh my.
Look at you, Dom.
Let me see you, Dom.
So Dom has a heavy bye week.
He does. No Gibbs, no Montgomery. So he got to play Najee and he got to go play Khalil Herbert. Nick Chubb should be back. So,
Yeah.
but Nick Chubb, how much is he getting the first week back? You see what I'm trying to say? That's a tough get.
Yeah.
Uh, so Najee and Nick Chubb. Najee versus Dallas and Nick Chubb versus Washington first week back.
That looks
I'm not
awful.
feeling it. Yeah, compared to Brees Hall at Minnesota and Aaron
Brees
Jones.
my ass for both.
Yeah. Josh Allen at Houston. That could be a shootout type game.
Yeah.
Then we go look at the wideouts. Olave, Cooper, Godwin versus Puka, Debo, Demario Douglas is wicked. Does he have anything else? This is troll,
Mm,
Dom. This is troll.
nah.
I'm about to be done watching. I ain't gonna lie to you. Can we get a
Sway
Sam
is
Darnold
missing
revenge
LaPorta.
game? That is true.
I don't
But
think that's enough.
could we get a Sam Darnold revenge game? And look
Hell
at the
no.
Jets
Stop.
defense here in London. Could Sam Darnold light up the Jets defense in a
Nope.
revenge game? Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and take Sway here.
I'm gonna take Sway for sure.
All right, so Dom gets another L. Now we got to go Sway. All right, who's next?
Next one, Jake versus Trey.
Jake versus Trey. All right.
All right, so you have Love versus Stroud.
Uh huh.
Actually, probably Purdy versus Stroud.
Yeah, Purdy versus Arizona sounds lovely. All right. Uh,
But I do like Stroud better than both.
I agree, but that's a slight edge.
And then we got Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon versus Josh Jacobs and Javante Williams.
I'm going Henry and Mixon there.
I got Jacobs and Javante personally.
Interesting.
Then we got CD
I would
versus
say
Roman
Brown
Dusek.
Hurts. Yeah. You had to bring up Rome or Tyler Lockett
Yeah,
because no
I
St.
think
Brown is hurting.
I think Trey's whiteouts clears
Yeah,
considerably.
I gotta go. And then it's primetime Kelsey. All the Swifties are watching. You know Mahomes got to throw
Hmm.
him a TD. All the Swifties are there. Like, they're watching. Got to get a TD.
My girl, one of them.
Ew. Why you snitch on
Todd
Kobe like
White
that? He
does
trying to say
very well
anything.
against
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Nice.
He had a 16-point game and a 21-point game,
Nice,
but that
nice.
will not save you, Jake. I do have Trey winning this matchup.
I do agree. That Trey's first up. Yeah. Trey's first up. Shout out to Trey, man. Back to back L's to Jake. Now I'm number one in the division. Actually, no, we haven't done my matchups. So we got, what, two more matchups this week? Let's go ahead and get them.
Okay, you got you versus Mike.
Ooh. Oh, no Barkley, Mike? No McConkey. So who does he play at wide out three? Jalen Polk or Wandell Robinson?
Yeah,
Can
that's
we about
rough.
near just give it to me? I mean, can we bout near just based off? He got to bring. Oh, he also got to do a flex as well, right? Because he got to bring Zamir White up to the RB2 spot, and then he got to do what else? You sound trying to say, Dan?
Yeah,
Okay, he got to play Polk plus Blake Corum or Wandell or nah. I don't think Mike can win this. I already seen enough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I agree.
I think my matchups are decent.
Figure it out.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Chris versus Tyleek.
Chris versus Tyleek.
Another heavy bye week for Tyleek.
Ooh. Yeah, no Calvin Ridley, no Justin Herbert, so he got to play Dak at Pitt. That could be a tough get. And then
Mm-hmm.
no Calvin Ridley. He could slide McLaurin up to his wide receiver 3. And then he has to play Jalen Hyatt, Tyrone Tracy, or Rico Daddle at his flex. Or even Dalton Schultz. He could go tight end, double tight end. That's kind of wicked.
Yeah.
I'm liking Chris' squad here. I'm liking Chris's squad. What do you think? Adams at Denver. I wonder how he been. He had
I
15
think
points and 12.6.
I like all of Chris's players all the way up to his tight end.
Yeah,
And even then Njoku ain't gonna diff him like that. Um I got Chris with the win.
I agree. All right, that's week 5. All right. Now we're on to week 6. My bad. We didn't get a game
Yep.
of the week that week. Do you have one in mind?
Uh
Was it Kev versus Bedham? I'm trying to think what was the best one. Maybe Kev
yeah,
versus
probably
Bedham.
versus Bidham.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, so we have Kev versus me. Heavy bye weeks.
Mm. Yeah. No Kyron, no Rasheed Rice, no for that's for Dan. We also got no Jefferson, no Raheem Mostert, no Minnesota defense. Dan even got some players on his bench on the bye week, but they probably want to play anyways. Todd Chandler and Jalen Wright.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to bring Cortland Sutton, and you got to play
Well, as of right now,
Chuba.
I don't have a running back.
Yeah, because Chuba should not be playing right now in week 6. JB should be back. So Brooks being back would kind of hurt you.
Brian
Um,
Robinson is going to be a tough RB1 to
it will be.
start.
And Hurts against Cleveland isn't easy.
Yeah. Who would Kev play at wideout and flex?
Oh
This
yeah,
might
cause
be
no
one of the
Jefferson's insane.
matchups ever.
Yeah, he got to go Darnell Mooney and Gabe Davis. Bro, you playing Gabe Davis? Oh no, you are in shambles, sir.
This might be one of the worst
He will
matchups
have Jonathan
of
Brooks
the
back,
season.
so he got to either play Mooney or Davis, and then he would
Yeah.
play Jonathan Brooks at the flex. Uh,
Yeah. But I think Brooks is still on a snap count by this time.
mm,
I don't think we get full Jonathan Brooks till like after week 8.
that's fair.
This is one of the nastiest matchups of the season for
It
sure.
definitely is. I think y'all
Because even
tie
he has tough matchups. James Cook against the Jets, Kenneth Walker against the fucking Giants,
Niners. Huh?
or yeah, the Niners. My bad.
Okay. Uh,
It's looking awful on both sides.
it definitely is. I think y'all tie here. Wow, this is wicked work. I'm gonna go Cat. And the reason why is he can't have triple quarterbacks at this point. He has to have traded one of them. You see what I'm trying to say? For a
Yeah,
wide receiver or a running back. So you got to have some better ammunition by now. So I'm going to go Cat. That's a bad matchup, Dan. I ain't going to lie to you. That's
I'm gonna
week.
trust my stars. I got me.
All right, so Dan got himself. And you're giving Kev the L. Week 6, I have Kev beating Dan. Oh, all right. What's the next one, Dan?
It is Dom versus Bidham.
Dom versus Bedham. Okay.
Okay, so we have Caleb versus Deshaun.
Deshaun at Philly. Interesting.
I think Caleb has a slight edge.
I do agree.
Um,
Jameer Gibbs will be back against Dallas. He'd
back
be playing Gibbs and
Montgomery and
yeah,
Najee.
yeah. Mike Will should not be playing anymore. Get him out of there. Devontae Smith will fill in for Puka, who's on a bye week. And then Nick
And
Chubb
what do you
might be
think
back.
Zeke takes over for Pacheco or
Yeah, Pacheco and
Spears?
Water on bye weeks. I am going with probably Tajay Spears. I like
I
that
agree.
Zeke matchup though against Detroit, by the way. But I'm probably going Tajay Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is a tough one. DJ Moore, Evan Ingram. So everybody sees their running backs will be Gibbs and Montgomery versus Jalen Warren and Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
And we're going with Gibbs and Montgomery on that. Then their wideouts are Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, and who will you go? JSN?
Yeah, I would.
So Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, JSN. That's Bidums. And then Dom has Debo, Devontae Smith, and Pop Douglas or Michael Wilson or Mike Williams. It's nasty work, but you got to give the edge to Bidum in that, in my opinion. Now we go tight end. We got Mark Andrews at Washington versus Evan Ingram's at Chicago, and it's in London. So
I like
uh,
Andrews better.
I do agree. We also got Mike. Well, who's the flex? Damn, I forgot who the
Either
flex even
Mike
is.
Will or
Yeah, I got to go bid him on the flex as well. Like
yeah,
then defense, I got to go bid him. I got bid him.
I do too.
All right.
Basically, week 6, do not watch this league because it's just trash.
It gets poppy. All right. Uh, who's next?
It is Montana versus Sway.
Montana and Sway is. Hmm. Josh Allen against the Jets on primetime should be interesting. Brees
Yeah,
Hall against the Bills. Primetime game, so
Lamar.
I'm going to see some Monday night matchups. Sway
Lamar
got a
has a
lot of bye
cupcake.
weeks. Lamar has the Washington Commanders. So I got to give Lamar the edge over Josh Allen. We got to go Bijan at Carolina over Brees Hall, maybe. I know he
Yeah.
fumbled last time they played Carolina. Yeah, he gave me 0.4. I was in shambles, bro. I was in shambles. Him and Brees Hall both dudded that week. That's how I lost to Trey. I couldn't believe it. They projected for 40, and they boys got me like 4. I couldn't believe it. Uh, what's
Yeah,
the
I
other
like
toughest
Bijan
matchup?
and Swift significantly over Brees and Singletary.
Yeah. And then we got Drake London at Carolina versus Olave at Tampa Bay. Is that a wash?
That's probably a wash.
Ayuk at Seattle versus Cooper at Philly.
Wash.
T. Higgins at the Giants versus Chris Godwin at New Orleans. T.
Wash.
Higgins or wash? All right, so you're just gonna wash it all. We got Laporta at Dallas, Kyle Pitts at Carolina. Got to go Laporta, right? Are you
Yeah.
about to wash it? I thought you were gonna wash it as
No.
well. So let's look. We got the so right now Montana got the running back advantage and the quarterback advantage. Everything else been a wash.
Hmm.
Defense is Pittsburgh at Vegas. That's lovely. Sway's defense is Kansas City. They're on a bye week. He will have to stream this week. And then the flex is what? Gus Edwards versus Keon Coleman or Curtis Samuel or Jameson
Rashad
Williams
Bateman to try to
or
combat
Zach
Lamar,
Moss.
but
Am I looking at this right? Rashad
yeah.
Bateman. Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
was
are you
looking at the
talking
wrong
about
side.
for Montana?
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
I'm
you were
talking
talking
about
about for
Montana.
Sway.
Yeah, both of them. So either way, I mean, I just got to go with Montana. Who do you
Yeah,
have?
I think
Montana over
I'm
Sway.
not gonna cap. I think Montana starts to come back. That's
Mmm.
3 in a row.
It is. I got 2 in a row, but you got 3 for Montana. Where's Sway at? That's an L for him. All right.
And then we
What's the
got
next
you
one?
versus Trey.
Do I have to look at it? Do I have to? Do I have to though, Dan? Oh, I forgot my food's getting cold. All right.
Kelsey is on by.
Hmm. Oh, that sounds lovely. Yes, no Kelsey.
Other than
Looking.
that, I think you have the diff at the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver, and the tight end. So I got to give you that dub.
Yeah.
At this
It
point,
is
who are you
tough
playing?
though because
Brian Thomas?
Brian Thomas probably is getting a lot of burn right now. Cause Chubb is back, so Ford isn't looking as enticing. Hopefully, it could be Chase Brown, no cap, and hopefully
Yeah.
James Conner isn't hurt by now. Like James Conner is made out of glass, but Chase Brown or Brian Thomas, I'd gladly play Brian Thomas. That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
But one thing that does scare me, Lamb against Detroit. Last year, that Joker had a 40 bomb on me. That's how I lost the Chris League,
Mm-hmm.
Keeper League championship. So,
Dang.
like you said, I got the advantage at wide. I don't know. Let's see how Mike Evans did last year against New Orleans. Him and Marshawn Lattimore got a history. He had seven
Usually
points and
Lattimore
10
be
points.
killing him.
Yeah, 7 points and 10 points, 3 catches each game. Not good. So I mean, yeah, I gotta take myself though. I got Trey with the L. I got me with a dub. So I'm on a 5W win streak. All right, who's next?
Next one we got. Oh, 1 second. My thing glitched.
No problem.
Jake and Tyleek.
Jake and Tyleek. Is that the last one? There one more. Mike and somebody.
No, there's one more after that.
All right, cool. We're almost on pace. We gotta be a little bit quicker. We'll be able to get the fourth round
Okay.
done. All right.
So we got probably Love versus Dak.
Yeah,
Dak has Detroit.
gotta play Dak there.
Love has Arizona. I do think that's pretty even though.
That's fair. Both cupcake matchups, in my opinion, could be high shooting.
Henry and Mixon versus Etienne and Kamara. I got Etienne and
I,
Kamara personally.
I agree. I have the same, but I think it's close. I think it's a slight edge. Probably about five
St.
points.
Brown and Chase, I think, is a wash.
I agree.
Uh, Pittman and Ridley versus Allen and Deontay. I would give it to Pittman and Ridley.
Yeah, because here's how I'm looking at it as well. I think Allen will get worse and worse as the season goes on. The age
Uh,
clip, and then Rowe will start getting a bigger and bigger role.
yeah.
Uh,
Even then, I would like Pittman and Ridley over Rome and Deontay.
and that's a straight matchup with Pittman and Ridley. So I mean, if that's a
Yeah.
high scoring affair, that's great.
Um, Kittle
Kid,
beats Njoku.
yeah. How did Kittle do last 2 years against Seattle?
Uh,
4.9 and 16.6. So interesting. It's a boom bust type thing there. But I mean, you never know with Kittle. 'Cause, I mean, that San Fran offense, anybody could begin the TDs. And then defense, Dallas should not be playing against Detroit. Miami's on a bye. So Jake doesn't have the best options. And then
uh-huh.
Tyleek has Cleveland at Philly. That's not good. He would probably have to go stream something or something. I don't know. This isn't looking ideal. Oh, just now
Me
dawned on me.
personally,
He has
what?
Odunze as well, Keenan Allen and Odunze. So even if Odunze starts
Yeah.
getting a big role, he just switches it out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I do like Pittman and Ridley better than Adunze and Deontay.
Yeah.
Either or.
Hmm.
Um,
We didn't
I
talk
gotta
about
give
the
this to
flex.
Tyleek.
Okay.
I think the flex is pretty even,
McLaurin versus
honestly.
at Baltimore. Like you think?
Yeah.
Ooh. So Marlon Humphrey's just washed. I heard it here first.
Oh, he's been. I just don't want to admit it.
Oh my, Dom, Dom, click off the video. Okay. Um, Tyleek, I give it to Tyleek as well. I think Chase got a pop off game Sunday night against the Giants. Uh, all right, so we got Jake with an L. Jake started off 3-0 and just crumbling. Oh no. All right, so last one, Mike and Chris. All right, so
Mikey.
we just clicked on the thing. I see the whole entire
Oh my.
Miami Dolphins stuff's on a buy. So with that being said, and he got
Oh,
Cooper Cup on
Mikey,
a
free
buy,
win.
and he got Xavier Worthy on a buy. It's a free win for Mike. I seen enough. This man got 6 bye weeks. Like he got dudes on the bench on the buy. Like oh my. Mike just yeah. Mike, just don't forget to not set your lineup, bro. You got a free dub. Like, oh man. All right, so that's that, and now we got one more week. We almost got enough time for it.
Yep, week 7.
Uh-huh.
So we're starting off with me versus Bidham. Got Jalen Hurts against the Giants versus Deshaun Watson against Cincinnati.
Uh-huh.
Jalen should clear pretty significantly, in my
Yes,
opinion.
without a doubt.
Um, Kyron and Brian Robinson versus Pacheco and Warren. Pacheco and Warren have San Francisco and the Jets, while Kyron has the Raiders. Brian Robinson has Carolina. So I like my
Easy.
running backs.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Then you got the
DJ
stacks,
Moore's on
AJ
bye.
Brown. Yeah,
So it'll probably be Garrett Wilson, JSN, and Waddle
yeah.
versus Brown, Rasheed, and Malik Neighbors. I like my receivers.
I got you everywhere, bro. I'm just gonna give you
Yeah.
the dub here. This is nasty, bit 'em. This is a death at every position this week in week 7. Oh my. All right.
All
And
right. And
then
then we got
so,
Sway versus Kev.
all right.
Josh Allen plays Tennessee. Joe Burrow plays Cleveland.
Josh
I
Allen,
got.
Tennessee. Yeah, Josh Allen.
Is there any other quarterback? AR versus
Jaden Daniels.
Miami.
Yeah.
Shaden Daniels in
It's tough. I was
Carolina.
saying he got a trade one last week to beat you type stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, so I mean, you should only be looking at one other one, and we don't even know which one it's going to be.
If yeah. Either way, I think Allen clears all of them.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Uh, Brees and Aaron Jones versus Cook and Walker. I like Brees and Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones against Detroit. Cook. Yeah, and then Jefferson at versus Detroit is in
Uh huh.
Minnesota. Olave at Denver. No, my bad. Versus Denver. It's in New Orleans. I got to go Jefferson. Marvin Harrison Jr. versus Cooper. They're both home games. MHA got a primetime Monday night game. I kind of want to go Marvin Harrison over Cooper by
Yeah.
like a landslide out there. I feel like I just got a bad feeling about that Cooper game, bro. Like it's just a dud. I just got a feeling it's gonna be a dud, bro. One of those Cooper duds. You know, you can't go wrong with it.
Godwin covers Thielen. At
Yeah.
this point, you think Thielen's getting phased out of the offense, right?
At this point, I hope he's on the waiver wire.
So you're gonna have to find somebody else, please.
Yeah. Uh,
Laporta kills Goddard.
yeah. No, well, there will not be Goddard slander. Okay, he will fight
It's gonna
back.
be in every video.
He he did well when we played the Giants.
Either way, Laporta clears.
All right, I give it to you. Uh,
Um, I just gotta give it to Sway. I think
yeah.
Sway wins.
Sway got to get a
There's
better
too many
flex,
question
I
marks
think.
on Kev's team at this point.
Yeah, I think Sway does have to
That's
get a
not
better
even just the quarterback
flex.
issue. Yeah.
KC should not be the defense, so he will have to get a defense. But I mean, that's no biggie. But KC versus San Fran does not sound beautiful. Oh, that's a primetime game. How is that not a primetime game? KC San Fran. It's a Super Bowl rematch. Who makes these schedules? All right, so we got
Bro was
Sway
hurt.
winning versus Kev.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Um, we got Dom versus Montana.
All right, Caleb's on a bye. Swift is on a bye. So Dom's backup quarterback is Trevor Lawrence in London or Germany, whatever, against New England, and then Lamar at
Like,
Tampa Bay on Monday night.
damn, Dom, you're gonna take it from Lamar. That's crazy.
It's gonna be bittersweet, ain't
I
it,
couldn't
Dom?
imagine.
Zach Moss at Cleveland will be Montana's RB2. So he got Zach Moss and Bijan Robinson versus the Detroit running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery. Detroit is playing Minnesota.
I like
Uh,
Detroit.
over Zach Moss and Bijan?
Yeah.
Fair. I think it's the wash. Wideouts. We got Puka at the Vegas Raiders, and then we got Drake London. We also got Debo versus Ayuk. That's about near a wash. That'd be an interesting one. Everybody be watching that game. And then we got Demario Douglas versus T Higgins. That's a murder.
Well, actually, Devontae Smith versus C. Higgins.
Ah, okay, I didn't see him down there. Good call. So that I think that's a wash.
I
Higgins and
think it's
Smith.
all even there.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh, I think Andrews and Pitts is even here based off
yeah,
the
yeah,
matchups.
yeah. I agree. Well, it's interesting. Lamar pops off. It can't go to Andrews. That makes sense because then
Yeah,
that hurts. Uh,
it does.
but then we look at the flex. Najee Harris because Gibbs will be up there where Najee is. You see it in the versus what Keon Coleman and who
Yeah.
maybe Jameson Williams. I don't know, but Najee, maybe even Chubb, depending. This is week 7. Chubb could be back
Hmm.
now. We got the Jets versus Pittsburgh. That's a murder. Pittsburgh versus Jets is not. Aaron Rodgers takes great care of the ball. Mm,
I got Montana.
yeah, because the quarterback.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Damn, Dom, that's another L. Dom, you got to fight back. All right, who's next?
It's Jake versus Mike.
Jake versus Mike. All right.
All right, so we have Love versus Mahomes. I do think that's a wash based off
Mm,
Mahomes having to go to San Francisco, and
yeah.
then Love is at home against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Henry and Mixon versus Taylor and Barkley. I like
Taylor and
Taylor and
Barkley
Barkley
is that's gonna be a murder in my
significantly
opinion.
better.
Yeah.
Amon Ra and DK. I like Amon Ra way better.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's on bye, so that means Roma Dunze's on bye, which means that he would have to start Tyler Lockett.
Or pick somebody else up.
Yeah,
So Lockett, we just got to go with Lockett here, or well, just say a stream option, but stream option's kind of
yeah.
gross. But
I
we're
like
gonna go
Tank Dell
Lockett.
over Lockett,
Yeah,
and then I like Deontay over McConkey.
yeah.
Then we got Kittle versus Ferguson's on bye, so he needs to.
Brock
Oh, so
Bowers.
Bowers.
Bauer should be getting
Either way,
better
I like
as it goes on, but
Kittle.
Kittle against KC sounds like a huge revenge game. He let me down
Hmm.
in the Super Bowl. I remember when they lost the first time. I'm gonna be back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Vengeance came, bro. It's one catch for 4 yards. Like, no, I ain't a vengeance. Like, oh man. Uh, then we got flex wise, Rashad White versus Samir White. The White boys going
Hmm.
at it. Uh, hmm.
I think they're both tough matchups for them, but
Yeah,
I got Rashad.
yeah. Slight. San Fran's defense can't be played against KC. So you had to stream a defense, and same with Jake, who has somebody on the bye. Well, Dallas defense on the bye week. Oh no, they got Miami. Miami against the Colts.
Yeah.
And you want to play that? Um. All right, I'm going with Mike. I just like the running back diff. Who do you
Uh,
have? I like the running back diff a lot, but it's a close one.
I
I think
got
that's game of
Jake.
the week. All right, you got Jake. I say
Yeah.
Mike. You say Jake. Mike beating Jake, and then you. So you said Jake gets the W. Mike gets the L. And that's game of the week, though. You think, right? We didn't have anything for
Yeah.
week 7. I mean week 6. My bad. So Mike versus Jake for that one. We can go to that after we finish week 6, though. I mean week
Hmm.
7. That makes sense. So what's the last matchup here?
Um, we
Chris
have
and
two
Tyleek.
matchups:
Oh, two more.
Trey
All
and
right.
Tyleek.
Trey and Tyleek. Bet.
So we got Stroud versus Herbert. So that's pretty even in my book.
Yeah. Based on the
Um,
matchups.
Jacobs and Javante Williams versus ETN and Kamara.
ET
I
and
got
Kamara kind of
ETN
got
and
some tough
Kamara.
ones. Uh,
I can say Javante has a tough one against New Orleans.
I can say that as well. I got ET and Kamara. All right. Lamb is on
TD's
the
on
bye
bye,
week.
so he
Chase
would be
against Cleveland.
playing He would be playing Dobbs at wide receiver, and then his flex would be awful.
Hmm. I gotta go Tyleek, man, just based off the wideouts. I think that's like a wideout mismatch.
Yeah, and the fact that I like the running backs already, I'm gonna go Tyleek.
All right.
And then we got you versus Chris.
Okay, me versus Chris.
All right. So we have Kyler versus Tua. I like Kyler. He's at home against the Chargers.
Monday night prime time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um,
McCaffrey
McCaffrey and
revenge
Connor.
game. Oh,
Yeah,
McCaffrey versus KC.
I like McCaffrey and Connor over Achan and Stevenson.
Yeah.
Um, I think he dips you significantly at a wide receiver.
Wow. Yeah, Mike Evans at Baltimore is a tough matchup.
Yeah,
I think one of those wideouts should pop off in Green Bay though, against
yeah,
like
one of
Jair
them.
can only guard one of them. Yeah, that's a problem. Uh, the tight end depth is astronomical.
Yeah, but
Astronomical.
Dalton Kincaid will score about 12 points.
What? This Kincaid slander has to stop. I think he leads the team in targets.
And then, who are you starting at flex? You think Shakir?
Shakir could be a really good play to double down on the Bill stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta see. It'd be. I want to say the Jaguars back-to-back weeks are in Europe, so I think Brian
Mhm.
Thomas, depending on how he does the first week, I play him the second week. But either or, I'd be cool with Shakir or Brian Thomas.
And then you have an elite defensive matchup,
I do. He got the New York
whereas he does
Giants
not.
and Detroit against Minnesota. Yeah, neither one is great. Uh, I got me. Who do you have?
No, I got you.
Okay, so
But you just
that
better hope
concludes that.
the wide receivers don't score 100 against you.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, do we have a week 6 game of the week? Can we go look at that real quick?
Yeah. Is there
And
anything where we deferred on wins and losses? Or
uh, Kev versus Dan. So you guys want to do that one?
yeah.
All right. Week 6, Kev versus Dan. So I'm gonna give you guys a recap real quick as this video is about to come to an end. Let's see how much time we got left. Oh, we are running low on time. I might give that recap in the next episode. Let me make sure I get all 60 minutes in here. So that will conclude this video. I think I can do the game of the weeks real quick though. The game of the weeks will be Dan versus Sway week 4, Kev versus Bidham week 5, Kev versus Dan week 6, and week 7 will be Mike versus Jake. That will conclude this video. Hope to see you guys on the next one, the final record predictions.